Okay, I have a new video here. It's of a 1/64 scale farm display I built for 4-H. Now, before I start this off, I would like to say that everything in this video is not for sale. Nothing will ever be for sale in any one of my vids, and I would appreciate that you not ask. And this is why I haven't been making any videos. I've been working on this. Stop motions I might not have many of them, as I am busy and don't have time to make them, and they're a long, tedious process. So we'll start out, and I will tell you what everything is used. Okay, in the field here, we have wheat field here. Well, harvested wheat field, but if you want to call it that. I use baler's twine to make it look like ground material after the combine. Here we have a 1270 case tractor with a 1560 grain drill. On the back they were seed bags. Down the road here we have a semi. Here's a gravel-like material, and I sprinkled in some black stuff to make it look like it'd be tar. And this, you can find this in any hobby store basically. You can see some of the trees in here. This is all from a hobby store. Here we have a shed, the shed and shop. You can see here, this is Evergreen Scale Models plastic styrene, and it makes it look like tin. I have it striped here because my grandpa's building. He used to have a building at his old farm that was striped, and I wanted to make it look like that. In here, and you can find any of this stuff, plastic, at any model train store really. Here we have the shop. We have a 5020 getting worked on, and you can see all the different shop tools. You can find these online basically, and you got a tire, a bale fork and stuff. Then you got the other stuff inside the shop. Over here we have the grain bins and the augers, and we have the heads and the wagon and the dryer, portable dryer and everything for fall operations. This is that Woodland Scenics foam grass. You can find that at any train store. Most of the materials here you can find at a train store. I'll get to what you can't find. Here we have the hog lot and the steer lot, and this is the barn here. Again, the barn is made out of more of that stuff, and it's board and bad and make it look like boards. The roof is actually made out of sandpaper, and you put wood on it first, and glue it down. Then you cut sandpaper into 1/2-inch strips and glue it on there, and you can see that what you don't have room for, or what you cut, you glue on here and make it more look like shingles, actual shingles. Turned out very nice, and I just overlapped it a little bit. And then I spot sprayed it with a can of spray paint to make it look like it was a weathered. All the buildings can be painted with spray paint. That's what they recommend. Touch-ups you can do with a little touch-up brush. And you got the silo, the windmill, and the bale wagon and forage wagon. Then hooked up there is a silo blower. If you don't know how that works, there's a tractor hooked up to a PTO, and then you bring the wagon around, or the truck on the side. There should be a auger, and it'll feed it right into here to the pit there, and it blows it up into the silo. You can have ag baggers, or I just chose to use a silo since I had one. Here we have the house. Again, that is made out of clapboard siding. Yeah, it's the Evergreen Scale Models plastic. Then sandpaper again, and I sprayed it. Trees, like I said, you can find at any model train store. All the ground cover you can find there whenever you like. Now this is what you can't find. This is actually dirt out of our field, and we glued it down, and I saw on Toy Tractor Times, which I am a member, that you can use that and it'll make it look more realistic. Now this is dark because we have a dark soil, and if you see any bits and pieces, it's because it was out of a soybean field, and I think it actually looked really good. And you just you can put it through a flour sifter. I had an empty shaker can for the materials and just did it through that, and you got to paint first. And we have a hay rack going down the road on a truck. You got the field cultivator coming out of the field on the 8220, sprayer and planter. We have a fence row here. And this is one of the things I really like on the display. Is you have some trees here, and this is foliage, clumped foliage, and then for this tall grass here, it looks like weeds. That is actually baler's twine out of straw, and you just use this material, well, this tack stuff called hobby tack. It's an adhesive, and you just stick it on where you want, and you just plop it in there. Cut it to whatever length you want. Toothpicks to represent the old fence posts. Then I have a few trees in there to make it look like an actual fence row. And we'll come over here. We'll look inside the barn. Come over here behind the grain bins. We have the hay field where they're baling hay. Here I use that clump foliage again to make it look like they were mowing. And with the windrower, mower, conditioner, disc vine, whatever you want to call it. I got the 4850, pulling the mower conditioner. Use clump foliage and make it look like a windrow. This will come up. I did that for fair purposes, so I can take it around and don't have to glue it down. Here we have the 4240 on a round baler. We have clump foliage and a windrow to make it look like they were baling. Then you got the various bales. And you can see the back of the shed there and everything. So that's what we have here. Come around to the back so you can see the back of the barn. Yep, you got the steer lot here. You think you can be able to see if I get down in there. Hold on. There you can see the pigs inside. I don't know if you can see in there real well. Oh well. Use fence to separate it off. Here's another pic of the fence line. You can maybe see a little better in the lighting. Here's you got the field. So this is what I've been doing with the video. That's why you haven't seen one since March. Stop motions I'm concerned. I know some have been asking, and I don't know if I'm going to do them much anymore. I might not do them at all. They take some time, and sometimes I just don't have time to do it, and then other times, sometimes I'm busy with other things. I gotta help on the farm here, other FFA activities and stuff. Anyway, you see everything here. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I think it really turned out real nice. So you might see a stop motion occasionally come out on here. If you're on Toy Tractor Times, you will see this video not a video, but this display shown on here maybe every now and then. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.